Hello, Froggy here, and today we'll be taking a look at the Hall of Champions in Into the Light. This is a new social space, and I'm not sure how long we're going to have it for. Hopefully it sticks around for final shape, but we'll see soon enough. So it looks like we have something a little strange. You can push around people who aren't in your fire team. That's not terribly common. I also noticed that if you jump on the edges of these chests, they fly around. This one isn't cooperating at the moment, but let's see if we can. Oh, there it goes. That is some weird physics. Anyways, I really enjoyed seeing where all the decorations are stored, but they brought over something unexpected. The fans from Niobe. And those are intangible. So that was kind of fun. I actually first saw this room on the left here from out of map because I accidentally fell out within 30 seconds of loading up the room. So it may feel like there's a box here, but that's because you're in a physical box. This area actually does not have a box barrier. ItAvvy showed me a route to get out of it, but I'll show you a few more afterwards. So there is a floor you're standing on here, but if you try to go through here and walk, you'll hit a death barrier. There are a bunch of death barriers around, and I'll be showing you some of the ones you can run into, but if you jump after going through that, you'll be fine. You can also land on the ground underneath here. Some structures on the right, but we're going to come to those a bit later. There's currently a wall in between us and them. But yeah, I like jumping on the top bits a bit more. So we're about where Shaxx is, and here's where we're going to run into the next death barrier. If we try to go too close to that structure and in this direction, we will immediately die. Luckily, you can avoid that pretty easily by just jumping out to the side. And we're past it. I haven't found a way to get into this room here, but you can see the NPCs up close, and that's kind of neat. You can jump right up the side of this. Should be doable on any character. Jumps can be a little bit annoying, but there are enough footholds. So, not much climbing you can do since we don't have any abilities of any sort. There is a little platform you can stand on the back of this, though not particularly useful. I just was amused at its existence. So, you may have noticed I pulled my ghost there. That's just to show that you cannot do the ghost firing here. So, it's one of those sorts of social spaces. And, oh, that's kind of funky. There is a death barrier heading back in this direction, but it is one you can jump right over. And you can see the box that we were trapped inside. The outside of it doesn't look too interesting, but it does give us access to some of the sort of dev playground areas. We've got one over to the left here. Just kind of like a collection of desks and guns and whatnot. There's a Galahorn around here somewhere. I'm jumping a lot because I don't want to set a spawn here because it's going to be a bit annoying to try to get back up top. Especially since we can't, like, throw a stasis nade or something. And, oh, there it is. Anyways, if we jump out to this side, there's kind of a skybox change. It's a really weird skybox. And you can see that we are falling away to True Edge. You get that very quick sort of respawn if you haven't died before. Looks like we got some more holes in the side of the box, but we'll come back to those a bit later. And out in the back, there's a collection of vent-like things. That is another kind of dev playground. But yeah, it is nice to be able to make it out to them, even if they don't do terribly much. They are still kind of interesting. It would almost make you feel like there might be another load zone in Hall of Champions, but I'm pretty sure there isn't. If there were to be, the most obvious candidate would be that sort of hallway of spinning blades, but that's all death barriers. You can even get to the backside over in this direction, and oh, that's a nice little lighting effect. Well, anyways, you can kind of see the circular backside, and if you approach that, there is a kill barrier. So the kill barrier goes pretty much the entire way, I guess. Not much doing over there. ConverseFox pointed out that the hole that you saw earlier can be used to get out of the sort of rectangular container early. It's just pretty hard to spot from below since the ceiling is invisible. But you can drop in and out, so you have easy access to either side. You can also jump up through that small rectangular hole to the side you were seeing, although it doesn't normally go that smoothly. See if I can get a more accurate representation of what that tends to go like. So if you didn't know it was there, you would never run into it, because you have to hit that just right. Sometimes you can kind of land and then crouch through it, but I haven't had much luck getting that to work. There is a similar sort of hole on the inside of the map, but I've only been able to get through that as a hunter with their sort of weird jump. But yeah, if you're not on hunter, I would just recommend going the slightly longer way. There we go. And we're out. And with this out of the way, I can finally get to exploring Whisper of the Worm again. Been a long time since I've been able to go to that place, so I am looking forward to it. But exploring this area was pretty fun too, even if you can't do any sword flying. And that skybox is still weird. Anywho, happy exploring.